been trying to do a little bit of just some news and putting a little bit of a Christian positive kind of spin to it. So right now the government is looming to shut down in, well, I'll say midnight on, I guess, Wednesday, if the Congress and them don't come up with a budget. So people get really concerned about this. I remember when I was younger, the first time I heard about this, I was like, oh man, the government's going to shut down. What happened? Well, in Arizona, we actually had some stuff happen locally where we had them shut down the rest areas because they said they couldn't afford to keep those up. Now, one may say that was just the governor trying to kind of show and make a demonstration of something that was very low cost but very obvious, that there was, because if you're driving down the interstate and it says rest area shut down and nobody can get there, then that's kind of like almost demoralizing. So I'm not saying that was a terrible idea. I'm not saying it was a great idea. I'm just saying that that's what they did. And so it made people really kind of question what was going on in the government. And that was, man, I was in college, so 2001 through 2004 kind of window. But anyway, today we're looking at, potentially another government shutdown. And so people understand, why does this happen? And the way Congress works is they have a budget that they approve, and they say, okay, this is what we're going to save for the next 6 months. So, if this is good, then let's go ahead and start spending. Well, if you have been hiding under a rock, then you wouldn't know about Doge. But otherwise, the whole Doge and Trump experience has been, let's save some money while we can. And then they had kind of a falling out because Trump and Elon had a difference of opinion on Trump's big, beautiful bill where he was trying to fund a bunch of military stuff and other things that get funded through those spending bills. And Elon is much more of a person that wants to efficient everything. And I mean, from the way he behaves, he would outsource anything possible to save a few cents. He just is a very cost-efficient type of person, which the problem is you lose something when you do that. Too many levels of outsourcing, you lose the people that care the most about the job. And I've seen that myself, unfortunately, in companies that I've worked for in the past. They outsource things, and then things go quickly downhill, and then it just spirals. But the company goes, hey, we're saving money, this is great. And so they don't see it as a mistake or a problem, but quality dips significantly on that, usually. So, but all that to say, so when people go, should we worry about this? Should we be concerned? The answer is absolutely not. One, these are Earth problems. And while we do live on Earth, this isn't something to worry about. The Bible tells us that God does not give us a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. So we do not need to fear anything like this. The government shutting down means that exactly that. They would stop funding things until they came up with a solution. Now, those guys, their job is to make a solution, figure out a funding agreement between them and everybody else. So this is their top priority, so they'll get it done. And the other thing I'll mention is King Solomon said some wise words, and whenever things are like this and it's uncertain with certain topics, he said there's nothing new under the sun. And what's been done has been done before and will happen again. And so it helps to change your perspective and help you to understand that with anything, like with government or with local or national or even world, there is no real new thing that could happen where people go, oh my gosh, this is new. You could argue and say AI, but what is AI? AI is a creation that human beings have made to make life more efficient. I mean, good grief. Imagine what it was like before the wheel was invented, and then you show up with a wheel and someone's like, oh wow. I mean, that was just a huge paradigm shift. Well, just like anesthesia and surgery, glasses. There's a lot of things that have really kind of helped people and manage human beings and make lives a lot simpler. So I'm saying that there's nothing really new. If you really think about it, it's just or it's a delay or it's some sort of situation. But hey, caution people whenever they get worried and spun up about this kind of stuff, really reflect and remember who's in charge, because we're not in charge at all of this. The world, I mean, there are so many things that we don't have any control over. So if you want to lose sleep over something, how about the fact that the magnetic field on the Earth is something we still don't quite understand how, and if it didn't have it, then we would just totally lose our atmosphere and we would suffocate in minutes. That's kind of a terrifying thought, and yet none of us ever think and worry about that, because that's just the way it works. The Earth always continues to have that magnetic field around it and maintains the Earth's atmosphere. So We just don't need to worry. Just like this, the government will figure this all out, and we just don't need to worry about that either. So I say just take it easy, and hey guys, see you in the chat. And so just take it easy and don't worry about it, because fear and doubt and disbelief and all those angst really don't help you whatsoever in life. In fact, the more you are relaxed and peaceful and calm, and just remember that, keep that in mind when you guys are looking at your lives and you're looking at anything or looking at the news. There's always going to be stuff, and we'll talk about other news things as we go, but just know that this is not new. We'll cover this again. This happened, I think, a couple months back, if I remember correctly. I don't even think back to it because it just doesn't have any impact on us, because they are going to figure this out. They always do. They always have. I've watched this for over 20 years as an adult, and I'm never surprised because they just figure it. The worst case is some people might be out of a job for 2 weeks, and the weather's good, so as they would say in Hawaii, surf's up. But anyway, guys, I appreciate you. Please like and subscribe as always, and I'll see you guys later on the channel.